Hello and welcome to the morning sports briefing here on Friday, the 9th of April. And yes, the weekend is almost here, folks. Hi, I'm Paul, and I'll be your host this morning in the news today. We've got NRL action as the round kicked off last night. Also, news from the A-League, NBA, NBL, rugby, and the US Masters, which has started and is live right now. This is your best way to start the day up to speed with all of the important sports news. And over there in the Masters, in the first major of the season for the men, the first round is underway. Unfortunately, there are no Kiwi golfers involved this year, but leading the way is Australian Leishman at 4 under par. He's through the 8th hole on the first round. He's one shot ahead of a couple of players there, but early stages at the moment over there in the Masters. I think everyone has teed off, but still a long way to go in the first round there. Moving on then to the NBA over there in the States, and there were 9 games yesterday, including the Steve Adams team, the Pelicans, up against the Nets. The Nets really took an early lead and just extended that one. And this one was over very early, finishing 139 to 111. Plenty of time for players coming off the bench in this one. Leading the Nets was Carl Irving with 24 points. For the Pelicans, it was Eric Bledsoe with 26 points. But as I say, a lot of time for players coming off the bench in that one. Other key results from yesterday include the Suns beating the Jazz 117 to 113. That's a big one at the top of their conference. Also, we saw the Nuggets beat the Spurs 106 to 96. And also the Celtics beat the Knicks 101 to 99. What does that mean for the table? Well, over on the eastern side, it's the Nets lead the way ahead of the 76ers and the Bucks in that one. The Nets on a 2-game winning streak now. But on the Western Conference side, whilst the Jazz still lead the Suns, and then the Clippers, the Jazz now on a 2-game losing streak, and the Suns on a 7-game winning streak. Yes, the Suns closing that gap considerably on the Jazz at the top there. The Pelicans are down in 11th place currently. Sticking with basketball over in the NBL, and the Wildcats continued their good form with a 73 to 69 win over the Kings. They took the lead in the first half and then just held off the Kings during the second half, keeping them at arm's length. That sees the Wildcats still top of the table with 15 wins and 4 losses, but very close behind them is the Melbourne United with 15 wins and 5 losses. So very close there at the top of the NBL table. The Breakers, still down in 8th place, will be in action tomorrow at 10 p.m. Against Melbourne United, who are second in the table. So tough ask there for the Breakers this weekend. Staying over in Australia, moving on to the A-League, and Macarthur FC, and we'll be taking on Brisbane Roar this evening at 9 p.m. To kick off match week 16 in that tournament. Macarthur FC in 3rd place, and the expansion team this season. The Phoenix will be in action on Sunday at 9 p.m. taking on Western United in a key game for them if they're going to have any hopes of making the playoffs this season. Moving on then to the NRL, and the Rabbitohs took on the Broncos last night, and as expected, it was a comfortable win for the Rabbitohs, winning 35 to 6 in that one. The Warriors take on the struggling Sea Eagles this evening at 8 p.m. That's becoming a must-win game for the Warriors, really, already. I say Manly Sea Eagles in not having a great season this season. That kicks off at 8 p.m. If you want a preview of all of the Week 5 action, then go and have a listen to the Standoff Show. The boys recorded on Wednesday evening, available on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, as well as a podcast, as well as for New Zealand Sports Radio for that one. Moving on to the rugby then, and Super Rugby action. Back in action this evening with Super Rugby AU. We have the Rebels versus the Force. That kicks off at 9:45 this evening. So do join us for that. Tomorrow, we have the Highlanders versus the Chiefs, and we'll be live straight after the final whistle, bringing you post-match reaction to that game. And that's followed by the Reds versus the Brumbies. And then on Sunday, we have the Hurricanes versus the Crusaders. And we'll be back at 8 p.m. on Sunday evening to round up all of the Super Rugby action. You have now started the day the best way with all the important sports news. Just a quick one this morning, folks. Hope your weekend is nearly here. So look forward to that and catch you tomorrow for the morning sports briefing at 7 a.m.